Hey everyone, I'm Candace Scalise.
And meteorologist Tom Russell here. And we thought we'd have some fun.
Yes,
talking
learning about snow.
Yeah. So have you been outside tonight?
Yes, very briefly. I'm trying to avoid it because it feels windy and it's bitterly cold.
Look what's happening here. Temperatures are really brutal here. So we're down to 15 in Harrisburg, but look at these numbers. These are air temperatures now. Candace, 5 in State College, 0.
Wow.
In Johnstown, -7 in Bradford. So if you remember at the onset of when we were talking about the storm, Monday, Tuesday, we said the key to this thing was we're bringing in all this really cold air and locking in that cold air. And you're looking at it right now.
That's what's happening.
All right, you said what makes it worse? The wind's coming out of the northwest at 18. So you factor in that air temperature and the wind, and it feels like -2 in Harrisburg. Woo. So think about it. It's just the evening now, so overnight it's going to be even colder.
And it's going to be what, single digits when we wake up in the morning?
It's already feeling like
it's feeling like it.
Yeah, you're right. Air temperatures will be in the single digits, so really cold. And that's the environment we bring this whole big system into.
Yeah.
So earlier today, National Weather Service upgraded to what we call winter storm warning. So you think this is pretty widespread, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nothing like that. Look at this.
No kidding. Like half the U.S.
Look how, yeah, seriously.
Wow.
All the way from Texas through the upper Midwest. This is all the winter storm warnings. And then they get into ice storm. It's really going to be an ugly storm.
So really no matter where you live, unless you're like on the upper or down parts, you're going to be impacted by this.
And especially if anybody's traveling. So think about the major hubs, Dallas, Atlanta, Charlotte, all the airlines being affected by this. Train travel, probably. Yeah. You know, and obviously driving. So you want to get any travel done. But the problem is you get that cascade effect where if flights get canceled tomorrow, obviously
they're going to be canceled for a
while. And then they affect Monday, Tuesday, etc.
So what about traveling on Saturday? Is that a possibility?
No problem for us.
For us,
starting to be an issue in the Midwest. So let's show you. This is what's happening right now. So there's our storm just starting to get going there. That's snow through Oklahoma and northern Texas, and that's where it begins. So travel tomorrow in the east is okay. But by tomorrow night, then you need to start to hunker down. Okay?
Yes.
All right, so let's focus in on where we live in Pennsylvania. So you were asking any problems tomorrow, we're fine. The white that you see here, that is cloud cover. Notice the times there above Candace. So we're looking at it 4:30, so just increasing clouds. Plenty of time to get things done and prepare. Now, here comes our snow overnight while you're sleeping, 3, 4 o'clock. The blue is the snowfall, and that's what's on the way. So you go to bed, you're like, it's nice and quiet. You wake up, we've already got 2 or 3 inches on the ground. So it really gets going here through the early part of Sunday. So think about maybe 7 a.m. Sunday to about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. It is snowing, and it's snowing good.
And it's thumping, as you said, right?
Thumping, right. That's the word.
Okay.
And when we say thumping, we mean like 1 or 2 inches per hour. So it's really coming down. And it's going to be those big flakes, and it's really coming. All right. We talked earlier in the week about the possibility of some changeover. In other words, some sleet mixing in. There's a little warmer level of air at the mid-levels, and that could change things over. But it would just be in our southern counties here. So right along the Maryland border is what we're thinking. Everywhere else stays snow. Plus, as you notice your times here.
Yep, 3:30.
It's not until late in the storm. So any kind of changeover wouldn't happen until 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it wouldn't affect our snowfall totals, in other words.
And as you're watching these, is this wind, right? Or is this just
So what this is what's feeding the storm, those wind currents. And what's key about this is we're bringing in that moisture from the Atlantic, and that literally feeds the storm. So that gives us plenty of moisture to work with in this very, very cold environment. And that's one of the reasons we're so confident about
how
seeing
this
stuff
is all
pile
moving.
up.
Yes.
All right, tapers off Sunday evening. So as we get to 7, 8, 9 o'clock, the snowfall is tapering off, and then it takes a little while, but it does clear out. So I think Monday we actually see a little bit of sunshine.
Nice.
But see those lines? They change direction. See that?
Yep.
Now it's windy and it's turning colder. So Monday into Tuesday, another front comes through. And now it's a lot like we're going to feel tomorrow, where we struggle to even reach 20 degrees.
Wow, no kidding. And that's why that snow is going to stick around, too,
right?
Anything
that falls, it's going to stick around. So let's talk a little bit in the totals here.
Okay.
So same kind of timeline here. This is overnight into Sunday morning. So this is about 8 a.m. You wake up, you throw open the shutters. So it's not Christmas time. The blinds, and it's
open the curtains.
You got 2 or 3 inches already on the ground.
Yeah.
So by lunchtime, pushing 6 or 7 inches.
Okay.
And here we go on our way to about a foot as we go through the afternoon. So you can kind of see this bullseye area right in here, Candace. So a foot, maybe a little bit more, especially as you get into some of the higher elevations.
Definitely.
A little bit less just because of that little bit of mix that we talked about.
Yep.
But we're still talking, 9 or 10 inches.
Are we still going to see, I know there's a little bit of mix south of us. How is that going to impact the snowfall, or like if there's a mix that comes after the snow, does that do anything?
Obviously it keeps totals down a little bit, but it makes it more complicated for our friends at PennDOT or even you at home trying to move this stuff around, because you got some snow, which has its own weight.
Right.
And then you put a moisture layer on top of that. Think of kind of like a layer cake. So you get this nice fluffy snow, and then you put this crusty layer of ice on top.
Yeah.
And it really makes it heavy. It makes it difficult to move around. So the worst case scenario is that mix. That's why we want to keep all that stuff to the south. Really going to be messy for DC, Baltimore, because they're going to get much more of that changeover earlier in the day. But yeah, it really makes it difficult to move around. And as you mentioned, if we never get above freezing next week, once that stuff's frozen,
it's not going anywhere.
It's
staying there.
It's just a real pain. So basically, that's what we're thinking for the storm. Think of a foot, 12 inches is the baseline, a little bit more where you see as you go to the north and east, a little bit less to the south there. So basically, this is what we've been thinking.
Perfect.
We've been trying to be pretty consistent through the week.
And it has
at that
been.
Foot level.
Yeah. So I know PennDOT's going to be out. They're going to be clearing all the roads and everything. Monday travel, after the snow happens all day Sunday, do you think it's going to be okay to get out on Monday?
I do, especially by Monday afternoon. So I showed you the snow wrapping up Wednesday night. PennDOT's going to be on top of this thing, the whole time. But once the snow and the precipitation stops, then they can really get a handle on things. Start moving stuff out of the way. Now, that doesn't mean we're still not slippery. We're still not dealing with ice. Because, you wake up and that stuff just doesn't move itself. It's going to take a while. So that's why a lot of schools are already closing on Monday, just not dealing with the Monday thing.
Yeah, which is probably safer and smarter to do.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight we've got the cold weather advisory. It's bitterly cold, down into the single digits, wind chills. We already showed you into the negatives. And then there it is, a very cold week ahead. So what happens, Candace, you lay down the snow. We saw this past week, and you get this reinforcement, kind of like a refrigerator effect, right? Everything's cold, it just gets colder, and that's what you're seeing next week down into single digits.
So not even above freezing all of next week.
All right, I'm going to throw this at Candace just to see her reaction. What if I told you, Candace, that there's another storm next week as well?
I don't know if I'd believe you. I would hope that you're fibbing, but is that what you guys are watching?
Yeah, it's certainly on the table.
Okay.
People say when it would be in that Sunday, Monday time frame, which ironically is Groundhog Day.
Yes,
and we're having a storm again. We'll see.
No
but
kidding.
yes, it's certainly a possibility.
Okay, so that's something we really need to pay attention to as well. We, of course, want to get through this one first, but
good point.
Right, but still keeping an eye on that. One more question. I know that we've talked about like prepping your home, power outages and stuff like that.
You did a great story on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really informative. So when it comes to that with snow and ice, is it quote unquote better to have one or the other, or is it just like there's going to be so much we just need to be prepared just in case?
Ice is never good.
Ice is never good. Yeah, because of the weight of it, right?
So snow you can move around, and even when you get a little bit of snow, it gets you some grip.
Right.
So ice is never good. And so you want to keep that away as best as possible.
Okay, super. And I know a lot of you are going to be salting your driveways, your sidewalks. Do that for liability purposes so nobody slips, including you and your family, and try to have some fun with it. I know we have snow lovers and snow haters out there.
Right.
So for the lovers, this is your day.
Right. And it was going to happen anyway. Like you took Scarlett out and you showed me some pictures of playing in the snow. I mean, those are
good memories. Yeah.
You don't 100%. Get a foot of snow here all the time.
And it is memorable, that's for sure.
What I mean.
A lot of people I've talked to were saying, I like to be inside with my blankets and my hot chocolate and watch the kids play outside. And that's a great memory for me.
That's the way my wife was. So they can go outside.
Yeah, go outside, have fun, burn the energy. So stay safe. We'll keep you updated here on YouTube. We're going to have a digital newscast all day Sunday too when everything is happening. So make sure to tune into that. Thanks guys for joining us.
See ya.